Every time the man finishes intimacy with his wife, he turns over and lies on the other side of the bed. When the wife deliberately moves closer to him, he immediately sits up. He looks at the clock by the bed and tells his wife that it's time for her to leave. Seeing that his wife doesn't respond, the man has no choice but to go sleep in another room. Before leaving, he reminds his wife to drink the honey water on the nightstand. But after 3 years of marriage, the man does not know that his wife is allergic to honey. After 3 years of a one-sided marriage, where she only gave, the woman realized she could no longer live like this. The next morning, packing her pilot husband's suitcase, she mustered the courage to ask for a divorce. She was shocked that her husband agreed without the slightest resistance. She remembered how, 10 years ago, she silently admired him in high school. He was a popular student, while she remained unnoticed. Her timid attempt to offer him water had failed. When the school beauty handed him a thermos, which they shared, appearing as the perfect couple. After school, the beauty left him and moved abroad. The man, grieving the heartbreak, began drinking frequently. The woman couldn't bear to see him like that and decided to stay by his side to support him. Then he offered her a 3-year marriage contract for $2 million. She agreed, but not for the money. However, he always saw in her only a golden servant. For 3 years she cared for him, silently praying for his safe return from flights, since he became a captain and she a flight attendant. But one day he returned with his first love, who had also joined the company. In front of their colleagues, they had dinner, renewing their warm relationship. The woman was forced to hide her pain, since their marriage remained a secret. The first love, confident that he was single, fed him salmon without hesitation. And the colleagues teased them, calling them the perfect couple. At that moment, the woman realized that as soon as the first love returned, her own marriage would be destroyed completely. Deciding not to cling to a man who did not love her, she prepared to file for divorce, but unexpectedly discovered that she was pregnant. She told her husband about the child and suggested postponing the divorce for the child's legal status. If he disagreed, he would have to pay her 1 million GN, so she could raise the child alone. The husband did not respond. Half a month passed, and during that time, a friend informed the woman that the first love was planning to marry him. Photos of their meetings with their parents had apparently surfaced. The woman was shocked. Her suspicions were confirmed when her husband transferred $1 million to her. It was his silent decision. Realizing she needed to move on, the woman began going on blind dates to find a father for her future child. However, upon learning of her pregnancy, the next candidate treated her with disdain. She offered to compensate him with 1 million GN for a formal marriage, and the man smiled and agreed. Their conversation was interrupted by her husband, who unexpectedly burst in. Seeing the scene,